Service 340. We're at Forest Hills on the main line, the 4-track electrified main line out of New York Manhattan's terminals. Forest Hills is a great place to watch trains during the rush hours, especially on the main line between Grand Central, Penn Station, and Jamaica. Looking west, you see automatic signal 6-7, and this line has gotten even busier since the east side access opened. Got a westbound coming. Gotta be alert here during the rush hour now. With the Grand Central service added, you have the potential for 3 train drag races. And from the station platform looking to the north, this is Continental Avenue below us. And down at the end of the street is Queens Boulevard, where the subway station for 71st Street Continental Avenue is. The area around the Forest Hills station is quite fashionable. Indeed, this is one of the more upscale neighborhoods in the borough of Queens, New York City. This Tudor-style architecture makes me feel that I'm in some London area train station. 348, this is train 1958 en route from Penn Station to Ronkonkoma. He doesn't stop here. Westbound M3's caught me by surprise. Should see a few of those, hopefully. 350, here comes 756 from Grand Central to Hempstead. Running east on track number 2. So here comes 167 of Babylon to Penn Station Express, 355. Yeah, these position light signals here really make this an interesting spot. It's better than Kew Gardens in the sense that both directions the traffic is moving pretty fast for trains that don't stop here. You have the signal set up for westbound movements on tracks 3, 1, and 2, and eastbound movements, the signals are set up for movements on 1, 2, and 4. Well, at 403 is train 858 from Penn Station to Long Beach flying through. M9's headed west. 407, here comes a train prior to February 27th you wouldn't have seen going through here. That was train 2759 en route from Far Rockaway to Grand Central. Prior to February 27th, the bulk of those trains would have gone to Brooklyn. Now you got a whole slew of Far Rockaway trains going through here, something you didn't have before. Well, approaching at 411 is train 558 en route from Hunters Point Avenue to Oyster Bay, going down track 2. What makes this line extra busy nowadays is the added Hempstead, Far Rockaway trains, and half-hourly service to Ronkonkoma instead of hourly. 4:14, we've got an eastbound drag race. The first train coming on 4 is 1960 from Penn Station to Ronkonkoma. He's passing train 860 from Grand Central to Long Beach. Yeah, 860 is kind of dogging it on 2. .22, that was dual mode equipment heading to West Side Yard to make an eastbound trip, maybe to Port Jeff or Spionk. All right, 424, this is 2062, Grand Central to Ronkonkoma. Makes Jamaica, Wyandanch, and all stops. One of the hot shots to Ronkonkoma. Approaching eastbound at 4:32 is train 1252 from Grand Central to Wantagh. Approaching eastbound on 2 at 4:33 is train 658 en route from Hunters Point Avenue to Port Jefferson. I got a little tweet from engine 405 that has one of the nicest K5 LAs on the railroad. M9's west. He's by at 4:33. Approaching on 4 is train 2760 from Grand Central to Far Rockaway. Here comes 170, Penn Station, Babylon. Westbound train stopping on number 3 is 169 from Babylon to Penn Station. 170 just passed up 2064, Grand Central to Ronkonkoma, which will stop here. 4:33, here comes train 18 from Hunters Point Avenue to Montauk. A 4-car double-ender. It's a bit overpowered. That train always seems to have double-ended power. Has a long day ahead. It's already done a lot. Went out on 4, came back on 13. Now he's going back on 18, and he'll be coming back on 21. 4:47, approaching on 2 is train 760, en route from Grand Central to Hempstead. Hempstead trains are trains that you now see a lot of through here that you didn't see before February 27th. .449, approaching is train 1962 en route from Penn Station to Ronkonkoma. It's one of those hot shots. Woodside, Jamaica, Hicksville, Brentwood, Central Islip, Ronkonkoma. All right, at 4:52 we have a near drag race eastbound. On track 4 is 12:52 en route from, 12:54 from Penn Station to Wantagh. And right behind them on number 2 is 80 from Long Island City to Patchogue. Comes 80. The rejuvenated 80. Well, it's actually 2778, renumbered and rejuvenated after a 3-year absence. Well, here comes 171 from Babylon to Penn Station at 4:54, M9s. We switch to the westbound platform, and at 4:58 here comes train 1558 from Penn Station to Huntington with M3s. Classics. Shooting up sparks. Well, approaching eastbound on 4 at 5:01 is 10:56. En route from Penn Station to Ronkonkoma. So far, tracks 3 and 1 are still lined for westbounds, but pretty soon, line 1 is going to be lined for eastbounds as the heart of the rush hour starts. Westbound coming fast on 3 at 5:04. Here comes a Far Rockaway train. 2762, Penn Station to Far Rockaway. He just passed 266, Grand Central to Babylon. He'll be coming in for a station stop here. You really have to be alert nowadays at this place during the rush hour. Here's 660, Penn Station to Port Jeff at 507. .505 and 520 doing the honors. They got a couple of eastbounds coming. On 4 is 2066, Grand Central to Ronkonkoma. And on 2 is 864 from Penn Station to Long Beach. As of now, track 1 is lined for eastbounds at this point, so we're getting into the meat of the rush hour. Eastbound M9's at 514. Brentwood bound. Here's 1760 from Penn Station to West Hempstead. .519, here comes 662, Long Island City to Port Jeff. All right, approaching westbound, 523, train 2763, Far Rockaway to Penn Station. You should have spaghetti and meatballs, I believe. Yeah, the meatball man, hiding in an MU. He's moving. And approaching eastbound on track 2 is train 42, en route from Penn Station to Spionk. Leader should be DM30AC 509. He has a K5 LLA horn. They're both smoking. 518 on the rear. That has a great K5LA horn. And we got a westbound set of M9s headed for Grand Central, departing at 528. Was 866 from Grand Central to Long Beach. It's a deadhead move by at 536. Is 1562 Penn Station to Huntington. Okay, we got another eastbound drag race at 546. Coming east on number 2 is 664 from Penn Station to Port Jefferson. And right alongside of them on 4 is 766 from Penn Station to Hempstead. 664 is going a little bit faster. Always cool to see that. Loafing. Oh, here comes 2768 from Penn Station to Far Rockaway. Got a Penn Station bound train here. And we see 2768 departing Forest Hills heading to Far Rockaway. And approaching east on 1 at 553 is 868. Penn Station to Long Beach. Approaching on 4 at 554 is 1762. Grand Central to West Hempstead. And a little ways behind them on track 2 it looks like is the Rocket, 2068. Grand Central Ronkonkoma. .55. Here comes the Ronkonkoma Rocket. Out of Grand Central makes Jamaica, Brentwood, Central Islip, Ronkonkoma only. One thing I've noticed about that train, it never has M9s. Westbound on 3. Here comes 1062 from Penn Station to Ronkonkoma, 605. Arriving at 606 is 768, Grand Central to Hempstead, with one of the newer M9s on the point. Here comes the equipment for 45 at 607. .45 is a Spionk Jamaica train, but he deadheads to Long Island City. He'll be going east on another train. M9 parade here. That was train 870, Grand Central to Long Beach. Eastbound diesel on track 2. Good old 416. Here's a drag race at 614. One of these is 1662 from Grand Central to Huntington. was train 263 from Babylon to Grand Central. We got a pair of Penn Station Ronkonkoma trains here. This is 1966. Going to be passed by 1066. I got a little bit of a race here. They're kind of a little bit far apart. Here's 874 from Penn Station to Long Beach. 1272 is behind him, Penn Station to Wantagh. 874 has M9s. .9188 leading, one of the newer ones. Here comes 1272 at 626. Penn Station to Wantagh. That's become a popular place since the schedule change. I'll be riding out of here on a train bound for Wantagh at 7:02. Change at Jamaica for a train to Babylon, making Wantagh the first stop. So you can see how Wantagh has become a big player. West Hempstead train being passed by a Huntington train, and that snuck up on me. Okay, 27 is sitting in the station from Grand Central to Ronkonkoma. Coming east. Comes 2772, Penn Station Far Rockaway with M3s. Well, approaching on track 4 at 6:36 is train 272 en route from Grand Central to Babylon. But rapidly gaining on him on 2 is train 566 en route from Penn Station to Oyster Bay. Dual mode set. The next to the last dual mode set we will see here. And you got to be alert for westbounds. This is probably the next busiest line spur on the entire railroad, if you don't include Jamaica Station's traffic. The busiest is Woodside. Approaching eastbound on 2 at 6:43 is train 44. Penn Station to Spionk. Used to be the old 2742 number before the schedule change. Okay, 6:49. Here comes train 1663, Huntington Grand Central, with the Flying Yankee. He's had M9s for quite a while. I can see that ungloved man, the Flying Yankee. Now we got saluted by one engineer. Soon after, we're going to get saluted by another, hopefully. This is train 1278 from Penn Station to Wantagh. And he'll have the Sauerkraut engineer on him. But he's kind of dogging it behind traffic ahead. It's been an exciting afternoon and evening here at Forest Hills. All right, my train will be coming in about 12 minutes. Great evening. Well, it's 7:06. Our last diesel we'll catch here at Forest Hills is 568 from Long Island City to Oyster Bay. Waiting for train 1280 to take me to Jamaica, but he was delayed west of here, but he's coming now. Well, here comes 1280 to Wantagh, is a few minutes late. 12-car train.